Well, pretty much at this point in my career, it is everything. When I transitioned into this, aquaculture world and went for, oysters and I'm pretty much all in. So a healthy coast is, it's kind of my utmost priority. Not only for myself and what I'm trying to do, but also for the guys that did it before me.
For me, it's everything. I'd be devastated if I had to leave that area. It's a spiritual homeland for me. As well as every morning, I have the luxury of standing on my crow's nest and looking to my right, and I see the sound that all my ancestors made their living on. And I look to the left, and I see the ocean. And there's something to be said for living between the blues.
I was born and raised on the Albemarle Sound. My mom's family's from the Outer Banks area. My wife's from the Wilmington area. So we have spent our whole lives in eastern North Carolina on the coast. It is what I've known. I come from a family of fishermen and watermen and boaters. And so it means a lot to me on a personal level, but also on a professional level. It's given me an opportunity to have a career in eastern North Carolina, in our great state, that involves being on the coast and trying to help be involved in making this place better, from doing oyster reef projects to moving different types of bulk cargoes up and down the East Coast, which proves ultimately very fuel efficient, which is good for the environment as well. It's just very rewarding to be part of both, from here to work personally and also to be able to contribute professionally.
The coast and the wetlands at this point in my life has given me everything. I met my wife, I started a business, and it was all because of the coast. And then obviously as I transitioned, it gave me oysters. And it gave me something to wake up to every day and the challenge, a massive, massive challenge. And now, living and breathing this thing, this water's pretty much, it's about as important as it gets.
But I'm connected to it, as I said before, ancestrally. And there's something about the water that speaks to all of us. The phrase that I used here, which came from the Lenape dialect of Algonquin, was Kikiunupi, which means water is life. Water is life. It means virtually everything. Everything on earth starts with Big Blue, the ocean. The idea of relationship, meaning that we're all related as human beings, but the indigenous earth ethic dictates that we're also understanding that we are in relationship with every other life form that exists.
I think they're key. I think being able to study and understand what we need to do to protect our coastline, whether it's storms, whether it's inclement weather, whether it's infrastructure and construction projects, I think understanding what the resiliency efforts means that we can help preserve all of these areas that we love and that we use and utilize for both work and our personal lives with our families.
Potentially, as I said before, they could impact us very negatively. If we had a storm that came through and ripped up Highway 12 like it did about 15 or 20 years ago, we literally are stranded. Even today, when I was driving up from Frisco, I asked myself, there's a very strong west wind. Is the water gonna be on 12 on Pea Island? Fortunately, it wasn't. But that's something you just sort of learn to live with. There are ways of modifying our natural environment that make life easier for us. But again, sometimes there's a negative side of that.